Hello everybody and welcome to episode 53 of the Pentagon Challenge. Today we are at home for the first time in the Champions League, just 1 week removed from our debut victory against Ulsan Hyundai, and we've had very little time to think, as I said previously, and now is the time to play our Australian opponents, the Central Coast Mariners, and just the one game to talk about since our victory against Ulsan, and unfortunately it was Shangang proving to be too good yet again. We've lost on penalties, so old habits die hard, and it was a 4-2 victory for Shangang in the end. So despite our dominance last season, it turns out that they have more trophies than us in as much time, so a bit disappointing that we've been thwarted again by Shangang, but we'll get our chance payback in May, so I'm sure we can amass as much points as possible before then. But now it's time to focus on this Champions League game at home. We'll be playing against Tony Walmsley and his squad of players. He's been at this club since the beginning of the save. He's previously been at Sheffield United and Spirit FC. I don't know who they are, but either way, he looks like a pretty handy manager. He loves attacking, but it hasn't been his year. He's bottom of the A-League, and he hasn't won in a very, very long time. If we go into their actual schedule, you can see he's on a severe losing streak in the Hyundai A-League, and it's only now, thanks to the victory against Saitama and the draw against Perth Glory, that they are resembling something of a team again. But I'm not too sure what their injury problems are like. Let's see if they've just been bad. No, they must be just really, really bad, because they've got a full-strength squad, and they look pretty handy. They've got a Belgian goalkeeper, looks okay, but he's leaked a lot of goals. And then, as I mentioned, James Milner is here. He's probably the vice-captain or something at 37 years of age. He can still do a job. I recognise, what's his name? Connor Payne. Yeah, he's a famous player on Ultimate Team thanks to his second name, but I don't really recognise anyone else. Obviously Australian football has moved a long time since 2012, so let's just see if we can get these guys on a bad day and increase our victories to 2 in the group stage. Yeah, and it's just a few injuries still lingering about, but I think we'll be okay. We'll take a look at our squad very quickly. There it is, another 4-2-3-1 today. Pretty much the unchanged team, but due to the suspension of Taxiang, Moreno has to play in centre midfield. I perhaps could swap him with Ming Hao later in the game, and Geng Zonglin has earned his starting position this time around, so it should be a very, very fascinating clash of these two teams. So let's head into this match screen, and the other game to look out for is of course Ulsan and I forget the Japanese team's name, but this is really where it counts. If we can win this game, we'll be halfway to what I believe will be automatic qualification. Yeah, so Saitama, yeah, they're the opponents for Ulsan today. Saitama do get the home advantage, so that might give Ulsan a few headaches. But let's just see what we can do. Rick Scott looks to be their best player, but they've gone for direct switch of our formation. They've got James Milner in centre defensive midfield instead, whereas we have Jing Ming Hao providing the attacking midfield option. And it's just fortunate for Shenglong that he's getting these opportunities early into the season. Let's just mark up the guys here. So Kai Karish looks an okay player. He's probably the one. I know it's Dovchevsky who's further up the pitch according to that formation. I presume they're in tip-top shape. Yeah, they've had a long season, and then they look actually in pretty good morale despite all their defeats and whatnot. So let's see if they do provide that tricky tie that I really want to avoid. I want to win this game and head into the next game against Saitama with as many points as possible. So let's just do our regular tactic. Marking tightly will be ideal since I'm defending against set pieces. So anyway, there we go. Let's get the sounds on, as I love to do. We have to show the world what we can do. See if we can get another result. So Dan Swo will be the goalkeeper again. I hope he can keep another clean sheet. A few nervy reactions to our team talk, but I'm sure we'll be okay. Let's head into the match screen, and it is unextended this time, so there'll be no doubts about who will be creating the highlights. It will be both teams, I'm sure. So Radaby early on trying to force the attack. Daniel Moreno, Ji Minghao, Li Shenglong back to goal, and Minghao sort of panics and took an early shot. Ziyang wins a header there. It's a pitter patter in the first 45 seconds, but that's given away to Georgievsky. Kalustro also on the attack. Georgievsky, Chaikeris, and Connor Payne. He didn't make a good connection, but early doors here. It's Central Coast Mariners. Of course, they'll be nervous, and an early goal for Ulsan, so pretty much Saitama are not going to prove up as a good opposition. But Donny Mullen, I don't know who he used to play for, but if his former club is a rival of the Central Coast Mariners, then all the better. Let's just take a look at his history. So Newcastle Jets and the Melbourne Victory and Western Sydney Warriors are Wanderers and Adelaide United. So he's never played for Central Coast, so that means he must have a dislike for them, which helps me out no end. Fu Huan has caught Payne, and he will not be booked, which is fine by me, but we're not doing too much. I want to see more. Ulsan doubled their advantage, so losing here will just mean we've invited them back into contention. But if we get the 6 points, then we will have every chance of going all the way. Let me just see what we're doing wrong. Crosses are okay, passing's okay. We'll just go more direct and pump the ball into the box. We'll stick to positions. No need to go roaming just yet. But here's Milner getting stuck in with 2 tackles. He's too slow to catch Kai Wei Kang out. And Ji Minghao drills the ball at the feet of Lekens. But we're not really challenging him that much. Get creative perhaps. Here's Neil to Milner. Back to Neil on the left hand side. Scott. Kai Keresh cleared. That's a bad pass, and now the Mariners have another opportunity for Connor Payne, and that's a goal. It's Scott. Very, very simple goal, and that's a really, basic one to give away. It's pass about giving it away in the midfield, and then the unmarked opponents just had to do the easy job of putting it in the net. So yeah, that's just the way it goes. It's a carbon copy of the goal we scored in South Korea, so I can't really complain too much, but we'll go harder. It's not acceptable to be conceding those kind of goals, even though we're capable of scoring them ourselves. But here's another chance for Scott. How did he get his shot away there? Not good enough. But either way, goalkeeper's kick finds Rick Scott. Over to Milner. Caceres back to Amaradian. Payne. It's a great ball. 2-0. And it counts. It will count. Oh dear. It looks like we've met our makers. 2-0 to the worst team in the Australian A-League as of this season. Shenglong tries to shoot, and it's a real big ask now to recover this situation. At least we scored twice in the second half against Ulsan Hyundai, but that's not good enough. Very timid performance. The defence, I have to see better than that. Not good. Midfielders, you can do better. Moreno has played well, so I don't need to swap him around, and here's Shenglong, we can talk to him. So we'll have to go attacking. I've no choice. We're not doing well. We'll go more disciplined, turn that off, and hit early cross. We might actually float them in the box this time. But either way, Rick Scott has torn us to pieces, and we'll need to perform a great comeback, or else we'll be sucked in to the battle with Ulsan Hyundai again, and that's not what I want to see. Here's Neil getting the throw in. Lekens, he has very much no problem getting another route one. Scott has hat-trick. He's hit the post. Rick Scott could have had a instant hat-trick there, but thankfully he had the wherewithal to hit the post instead of the back of the net. Ji Minghao back to Ziyang. We're shepherded out into the middle again. Minghao, Shenglong, Minghao, Moreno drills. Good save by Lekens. Moreno too high the second time, and that's a goal kick. But we're looking a little bit more eager for the tie now. Here's Moreno back to Fu Huan. Getting Zonglin to Ji Ming Hao. Back to Moreno. Kept in just by Zonglin. Not a good cross. We can try again from Ji Yang. Too high. Lower the tempo, guys. You don't need to rush about that much. It's okay. Here's Milner's free kick. Scott. The ball bounced in the box, and now we have a counter-attack opportunity. Ziyang took a little bit too long, though. Ming Hao, poor pass. Again, we have to worry about Scott. Oh, can we get there? No, Kalustro was there instead. Georgievsky, and Scott has a hat-trick. That is absolutely pathetic, guys. That's our work completely undone from one game to the next. And Ulsan are now in second place. Well, they will be if, you know, the head-to-head record wasn't so important, but either way, that's disappointing. We're 3-0 down and hope seems lost, so let's just protect the players we have on the field already. So play Changming in there. Yeah, okay, we're pretty much dead and buried. We'll just, you know, it's another 3-0 defeat at home. It sends really bad vibes to the team, but either way, the league season proper starts next week, and we just want to do something about this. We're not looking good. Really, really negative performance. Connor Payne out to James Milner. He's switched it inside to Neil. Jovchevsky. Scott could get 4 goals in one game. Thankfully not. Shenshu have been dominant with the shots, but not with the conversions. It's all been about Scott. We'll have to make our last change. I think we'll play Yang Zifei, just protect him for a little while longer and swap these two guys around. See if that makes a slither of a difference. I don't know. But it's just every highlight is going in the Central Coast Mariners' favour, and that could save their season. They've been terrible. And it goes, oh my goodness me, that could have been a disgraceful goal to give away, but either way, Dan Suo was able for it, which is a relief. But here's Peng Changming, get a goal here. No. How unfortunate. Scott has another chance to score. Too easy, but at least he's given it away. Tenglong has also given away the possession. He just threw it away, really. And we'll just have to keep pushing. One last chance, no pressure. We have the 3 substitutions made. Fu Huan cautioned for a tackle. Here's Moreno. Can you get the... Oh, no assist for him today. As things stand, Zhu Yun put it wide. I think we'll go defensive now. Ulsan are on the warpath. We should win that game in the next episode. But either way, we don't want to go 4-0 down and risk the head-to-head record going out of our hands completely. So they make some changes. Too late for me to really care. But yeah, let's just get a goal, lads. Come on, that's what I always want to see. Zonglin, Zhu Yun shooting from a ridiculous distance, getting no payoff. Scott in the midfield. Here's Payne, good tackle. And here's Peng Changming back to goal. But no, it's not going to happen here, guys. 1 minute of stoppage time, and it's about to take place now. Kalustro gives it away himself, but Connor Payne also picking it up. Fu Huan thankfully not getting sent off as he picked up the ball. Moreno to Ji Ming Hao, trying to get it back. Yeah, he's straight on his feet. That's good. At least a bit of desire. Moreno at the far post. Oh, saved again. Ming Hao can't get there, and Webster has the simple task of clearing the ball twice. Ming Hao loses it. That's Connor Payne from behind. I think he will take the yellow card. No, he won't. The referee is feeling generous, and we won't get time to take the free kick. Central Coast Mariners 3-0 winners, and that's a real bummer after such a great win in South Korea. But you just have to say that's the reality of this tournament. We're not going to walk it, but we will need to improve in the years to come if we're going to be better than the likes of the A-League and the K-League. But yeah, we'll just have to beat Saitama in the next game, take us up to 6 points, hope that Central Coast Mariners do the favour for us against Ulsan, and then we should hopefully qualify as runners-up. But in terms of our colleagues in the Super League. Shangyang embarrassing themselves again, losing 1-0. But Meizu have actually got a great result against Seoul. A 0-0 draw. That's actually good. But we're still the best Chinese team around, and we want to keep that habit going. So let's just take a look at the group stages after 2 games, see if there's anything of interest. So yeah, Group D looks like a barrel of fun. That's really good. Al Gharafa, I remember them. They beat me in FM12 in the final. Newcastle Jets and Jeonnam dominant. Shangyang bottom. Meizu 1 point for their efforts. That's okay. They should finish third, hopefully. And then Adelaide United top in their group, as well as Central Coast Mariners. So a really nice turn of form for the Australian teams. They're so dominant, whereas the K-League teams are just lagging behind. But let's see if we can be the only Chinese team to qualify from the group stages. That's something I've demanded out of the players, despite it being our debut. So in the next episode, we will see you for the very next game against Saitama. That'll be in 2 weeks' time. Hope you can join me for that. See you soon. Bye-bye.